So with that, I want to introduce the IBO, the WBA Super Champion, and the WBC Interim Champion, Gennady Triple G Golovkin.
Thank you very much for my fans. You know, just good day today, big day for me, and big day for everybody. I think my first fight in California, I'm very happy. You know, just already 100% for good performance. Thank you.
So we can open it up. Bernie, you want to open up for questions? We can hear. It's small enough.
Raise your hand. Go ahead. Gennady, how surprised were you that you were able to stop him in 2 rounds, being that Rubio has, he's a tough fighter and he's known to.
Not big surprise for me. You know, just I'm ready 100%. I train hard work every day. You know, just I know Rubio. He's a great fighter. I think just maybe different class. You know, just Rubio. He's a good fighter. He's a strong guy.
Steve?
Yeah, I got one question for Tom, one for Abel. Abel, these recent fights have been very short. Are you concerned about the lack of rounds? And Tom, when is the next fight for Gennady Golovkin moving forward?
No, I think that every coach that has a fighter at this level trains for 12 rounds. We had hoped that this fight would be longer. We had hoped that the Gil fight would be longer, but we always prepare for the 12. If it doesn't happen, it's better for us, but he's ready to go 12 if he has to.
Dan?
Bernie, I was going to finish up on Steve's other question, is that, it's Gennady's job to focus on the fight in the ring. It's my job to plan ahead. So we already have the date planned in February for his next fight. It'll be, as of right now, it'll be over in Europe, unless, this is what I told HBO and Bob, that unless Chavez decides to step up and sign a contract, then naturally that would take a priority. But otherwise, he'll fight in February. And the fight will be telecast definitely live on HBO over here.
Go ahead, Dan.
Hey, Gennady back here. Congratulations. You seem to hurt him with punches from both hands, and then you knock him out with the left. You have so much punching power. I wonder which do you think is your best? Which is your best punch? Is it a right hand or left hand? I'd like to hear Abel's opinion about that.
Thank you very much. You know, just doesn't matter. Just left hook, right hook. You know, just. I need just chance. I need just chance just for not hard punch, not lucky punch. Just I see moments, I did.
Abel?
You know, I think they're both equally as destructive, but I think the right hand is probably stronger when he delivers in like a small hook. Not quite straight and not quite a hook, but he delivers over the top. Kind of like what he hit Gil with. He seems to have more balance when he throws it that way, but left hand obviously is effective too, because he's not this guy with a left hand.
Mohammed?
Gennady over here. Early on, he seemed to try to make it competitive. When you stopped him, a lot of people think he could have got back up. What do you think about that?
I'm very happy. Now, just my first fight in California in StubHub. Today I saw a lot of people, just full stadium, just respect for my fans, you know, just I think today is big day, a big present for fans, you know, just.
But do you think he could have got up?
Just, I don't feel just.
You get, Mohammed, if you feel his power,
Yes.
and Abel's felt his power on the pads many times, if you feel his power, even though it might not look like a hard punch, I mean, you can't. It's hard to say that a fighter needs to get up and so he can get knocked out again. It's tough to say.
2 rounds too quick, you know. Just I don't understand. I don't feel him. Just 2 rounds.
Montero?
Hi, I have a question for Gennady, Tom, and Abel. If you could just talk about the atmosphere tonight. I mean, you guys, this was your first fight in California. You sold it out. Mostly Mexican-American crowd. You're fighting a Mexican fighter, and they're cheering Triple G. So you could talk about that.
Amazing atmosphere today for me. It's a big present for me. Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's refreshing to be on this ride with him and being so humble and having people really recognize who he is, not as a fighter, but just as a person outside the ring. And I think all those chants and cheers were not only for the fighter, but for the person that he's shown to be.
Francisco?
I have one question for Gennady, one question for Tom. Gennady, where did you learn that Spanish? Buenas noches.
Able talking with me every day. Buenos dias, buenas noches, amigos, like that. Guys, every day he's a funny guy.
And then Tom, you told me a couple weeks ago that maybe I was surprised to see that StubHub sold out that quick. Was there anything tonight that surprised you from an operational standpoint?
I tell you, the atmosphere tonight was electric. I mean, we knew it was going to be full. We knew we had the bleachers, we had the standing room only tickets. Just the level of the reception. We knew there'd be a lot of fans for Gennady, but that it was that much energy as soon as he walked in the arena. And then we had the extra long walk planned for him. And that's really a salute to the fans, an appreciation of them coming out and his acknowledgement to that. And so it's kind of a trademark for him to walk through the crowd, and that's really, you know, that's what I would say is just the level of the intensity of the energy, and as soon as people saw him walk in the arena.
Go ahead. Gennady, congratulations tonight on the great knockout. You said you know people love you because you said you'll fight anybody. You'll fight Andre Ward, you fight Canelo, you fight Cotto, you fight anybody. But out of all those guys, is there one name you want more than the rest?
You know, no. For me, it's very important just who best middleweight division right now. You know, right now Miguel Cotto, he's WBC champion. I respect him. He's great champion. You know, maybe I hope so. Fight with him because you know, for me, very important who's the best in middleweight division or unification fight.
It's important for you to take Cotto's title because he's considered the legend.
Yes, of course. Yeah, it's very good for my team, for my career, for my fans. You know, just who is who. Who's number one?
Congratulations, Tom and Abel and Gennady. A two-part question for Tom. First part, you mentioned that you would scrap the February date in Europe if you can get a Chavez fight. Does that mean that you now have hope for a Chavez fight and there's renewed talks?
I wouldn't say there's renewed talks, but Bob did call about a month ago and said that he thought maybe there's still a chance to do that fight. So our door is always open for that fight. That was, I mean, the reaction we got, Mike, about just the rumors of that fight happening when it was supposed to happen July 19th here at the Forum. I mean, there was a lot of reaction for that fight. And those were just rumors. So if that fight happened, I mean, that would be his first fight on pay-per-view. That's why we were so willing to do that fight in July. But again, I mean, it goes back to you can't force these guys to get in the ring with him. That's why I give so much credit to Rubio, because he agreed. Rubio was the mandatory challenger for Cotto. He had a guaranteed date or fight against Cotto, and he would have gotten the winner of Cotto-Canelo, which would have been a huge fight for him. And he agreed to get in the ring with Gennady tonight. I mean, we had to definitely make a large offer to him, but you know that's the important part about the backing of HBO. I mean, it used to be, you know, he used to have the stigma about, well, Gennady's too good and he's too dangerous and there's no reward. But when you sell out a house like this, when you can sell tickets, when you have the support of HBO, I mean, the reward is there. And Rubio definitely had gotten paid to take the risk, but we can't force guys. You know, we can't force Chavez to get in the ring with them. We can't force, you know, any of the guys. Even Carl Froch is a guy. I mean, he's a huge attraction over in England. Fights in soccer stadiums, and that would be a tremendous fight over there in the UK. I reached out to Eddie Hearn, and you know, it's one of those things where, you know, there's a famous line. We were going to make a shirt for Gennady. It says "Triple G, just not next." You know. It's like everyone says, yeah, I'll fight him, but not in the next fight. So, you know, it's just one of those things, and we'll just continue to do what we did over the last 2 years. People don't realize it's only been 2 years that he made his pro debut against Proxa. It was September 2012, and now he's become one of the most exciting and marketable fighters in America. And it's not only in America, but he's his brand globally, and that's another emphasis. What we've wanted to do is build his brand globally. So when he goes back to Europe, he's going to have a huge reception over in Europe, just like when he came here to LA. We did so many press conferences and interviews and media lunches, and you know, inviting people up to Abel's gym in Big Bear Lake. So we pretty much laid the foundation. So when we announced this fight, we were already 10 steps ahead of the game for this type of reaction.
Second part.
Gennady, I talked after the fight to the WBC president Suleiman, and he is very proud that you are a champion now, a WBC champion. What does it mean to you that you have now the third belt in front and in the middle of you
Yes,
at the
of
WBC. What does it mean to you?
Of course, I'm very happy. You know, it's a big step for me, and I respect Mauritius. It's a big step for me for my career. Is WBC is big belt. It's not, I think, number one. You know, just and big step, very close to every fight. You know, just I'm very happy.
Coppinger.
Sorry, my second part from before. So, you know, you mentioned that you've been laying the groundwork. How confident are you that 2015 is going to be, you know, the big year where he gets the big fight? And can he get the winner of Canelo Cotto? I know you guys want it, but can you make it happen?
Well, again, the WBC will mandate that. Whether they actually get in the ring with them, that's a different story. We've had guys vacate titles before instead of getting in the ring with them. So we can't force the fight, but he's definitely, you know, my objective and what Gennady's made clear to both Abel and myself and Oleg Herman, the manager, is he wants to fight 4 times a year. So first fight will be in February. We can lay it out. We have another HBO date in May that'll be over here in the States. And so that'll be ready 2 fights before the first 6 months. And that's another thing that the fans appreciate. And somebody had quoted me before about, you know, people are either talking about his last knockout or talking about the next fight. And so now you guys will write about he's going to fight in February. I mean, so fans appreciate that. Fans, you know, he could take a year off and, okay, I just made a lot of money. But, you know, that's not his style. He knows that this is the prime of his career right now. And that's what the fans, I think, that's what they appreciate is they see somebody in the prime of his career at the top of the sport of boxing. Gennady does things in a ring that you don't see other fighters do right now. He's such an offensive fighter. And he can take these guys apart. He makes it look easily, but all the training, I've been up to the training camps a number of times. The training that Abel puts Gennady through and what Gennady does on his own up there. I mean, Men's Fitness was up there to did a 2-day photo shoot with him, and the guy couldn't believe. I mean, he was in very good shape. He was a triathlete himself, and he couldn't keep up with what Gennady was doing. So Gennady makes it look easy in the ring, but everything that Abel and Gennady work on and sacrifice, and even I have to give a lot of credit to Max Golovkin, Gennady's twin brother up there, up here on the side. I mean, everyone sacrifices so Gennady's star can shine in the ring, and it makes it look easy, but there's a lot of hard work behind the scenes.
Go ahead, please. In the back of the green.
There are 3 belts on the table. Would the IBF belt would be a possibility in 2015?
Oh, absolutely. We made a big offer to Sam Solomon for a unification fight as well. And again, that goes back to Rubio was the one that accepted the offer. I mean, and I can't fault Sam Solomon's people. I have a good relationship with his attorney, Kurt Emhoff. They felt the Jermaine Taylor fight was an easier fight. I mean, he didn't wind up winning the fight, but I mean, they chose to take that direction. So you can't force guys to get in the ring, but you know, Gennady wants to prove that he's the best middleweight, and his goal is to unify all the titles, regardless of how he plays chess in the ring. I have to play chess out of the ring for the strategy to get guys to force them almost to fight, either to fight or vacate titles.
Go ahead, please.
Tom, on that Monte Carlo date, do you think a guy like Martin Murray would be a possible opponent, and would you think HBO would go to Monte Carlo for that fight?
Absolutely, to both of those questions. Martin Murray's fighting next week. In fact, Gennady is invited as the honorary guest to Monte Carlo to be at that fight. He's fought there twice before. Prince Albert, Princess Charlene support Gennady coming over there. It's a tremendous atmosphere. Anyone that hasn't been to Monte Carlo, it's a tremendous atmosphere. People say, well, why do you go fight over there? I mean, it's a small arena, but just the energy inside the arena and the support and just the feeling of being there in Monte Carlo is tremendous. So that would be potential. If Martin Murray wins next week, that's a natural. I mean, Gennady's fought there twice. This, I think, will be his 2nd or 3rd time for Murray to fight there. That's a natural, and HBO absolutely is committed 100%. When they couldn't work out the production issues for his fight against Adama, they had such a huge backlash. A lot of times when fighters don't fight, and they're like, well, you know, this guy hasn't fought for 6 months or 8 months or even a year sometimes. It's like HBO doesn't get a big reaction. They said they've never gotten such a big reaction of fight fans so upset that we weren't able to work out the production details. And it wasn't about they didn't want to show the fight. HBO was committed to showing the fight. They wanted to send 27 people over on the production side. It was just the facility didn't hold it. Now we've made the arrangements where it'll definitely be shown live in February, regardless of who the opponent is. But Martin Murray makes a lot of sense.
Mohammed, go ahead.
I want to congratulate Abel and you, Gennady. You have a lot of skills and technique. Tell us, Is that left hook one of your best secret weapons?
No, I think the intelligence to set up the left hook. The left hook comes after he spots it. If you look at I was told that by looking at the replay, he kind of turns the left hook at the tail end of it. So he looks for an opportunity, and he's just so deliberate with the shots that they don't have to be very hard.
More questions?